Hey, this is Travis Holzum with Devil Dog Digital here in Apple Valley, Minnesota. And I am reaching out to local businesses in the area, Apple Valley, Eagan, Lakeville, Burnsville, Prior Lake, anywhere really, anywhere in the United States, because I can take care of any business anywhere. But this is kind of tailored towards service-based businesses, and some of the types of businesses I'm kind of looking for, or kind of this works best for. Although it will work for any type of business, but I'm looking for business owners that are, in the home service-based businesses, even affiliate marketers, fitness, people in the fitness industry, coaches and trainers, people in the hospitality industry, restaurants, pizza, anybody that takes orders online, and they deliver or they have pickups, anything like that. Marketing agencies, health and wellness, landscaping companies. There's a lot of different companies or different types of businesses we can go into. Like my other business is food forest design and installation, and I design edible landscapes or food forest ecosystems, and so nobody's ever developed anything like this for my type of business. And so obviously AI is pretty new to everybody, and everyone's starting to wonder, hey, what's this AI? What can it do for my business? Well, I'm here to tell you, you need to call me, set up a time, have a free demo of the AIs I have built so far. And they're actually getting upgraded over the next 2 weeks because ChatGPT 5 came out, and also the platform the AIs are running on is being upgraded. And what that means is they're becoming more knowledgeable. Not that they aren't already, because it's amazing what they can do already, but they're becoming more human-like in their mannerisms and being able to talk back and forth in a conversation. I mean, they do amazing right now, but they're becoming even better. You're not even going to be able to tell here pretty soon. In this update, it's harder to tell. And what I do is I train your AI assistants on your business. Okay, but here's what we got. It's time to adapt, overcome, and automate your business. Because if you remember back in the 90s when the internet came out, or when it became more, it started to go into everybody's household. It was on dial-up. It was terrible. You'd get booted off your internet. Nobody, these young people have no idea what the internet was like in the 90s. Okay? But at that time, when the internet was born, as everything started shifting to the internet, we had something called the Yellow Pages. And some of these young people, if you say, hey, what's the Yellow Pages? They're not going to know what the hell you're talking about. What is the Yellow Pages? But anyway, at that time, that's where every business would advertise, is in the Yellow Pages or direct mail, or signs, whatever. But there was no internet. But everything started shifting towards you. Okay, you built a website to advertise your business, and then everybody started moving towards the online to advertise their business. Then you started getting business directories, right? So people were no longer looking in the Yellow Pages for businesses. They were looking online because it was more convenient. It was easy to search online just by typing in the name of a business, then pulling up the Yellow Pages, and sorting through it, and You can barely read the writing in the yellow pages. But anyway, and it was very expensive to advertise if you really wanted like a full page ad or a quarter page, or they used to sell different spots in the yellow pages. Otherwise, you were just listed by alphabetical order. But then the internet came along, and basically you had a choice to make. You'll see where I'm going with this. You had a choice to make. You stay advertising in yellow pages and nobody's going to find your business. So all the stubborn old guys that are like, technology, I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to keep doing the things the way I've been doing it for 50 years. They went out of business while the people who went to the internet stayed in business. They couldn't get out of their own way because they were afraid to adapt because they were old. They didn't want to find somebody younger to help run their business, I guess. But anyway, if you didn't adapt at that time, you failed. And then as the internet went along, you had the search engines. If you did not optimize your website for what the search results were, or you didn't advertise, nobody would find you because people would do a search. They'd have the top 10 and the top 10 listings in your area. Sometimes they weren't even in your area. They're all over the place until it got specific with local listings. Mind you, I've been online building websites, doing SEO since 1998 when Google was born. So I have a long history of online marketing, web development, all that. Now AI is I added AI to web development and SEO, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer for your business. So you gotta call me. But let me get back to what I was talking about. The businesses that didn't adapt and overcome by getting online failed. And then we came to the internet. Everything's there. You got search. People started getting more phones. So people want to show up on the phones. Their website had to be able to be mobile friendly. And then you had all these websites that were built in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then they didn't adapt. They had old websites that did not resize for all the different size mobile devices. So those businesses became obsolete because Google stopped showing non-mobile responsive websites. And they let everybody know. They emailed everybody that had a Gmail address, or every business owner saying, hey, you're no longer going to show up in the search results because you're not mobile friendly. So the businesses that were knuckleheads and hard-headed and didn't think they had to, or they were afraid to because they didn't know where to turn, they went out of business, and the people that adapted kept building their businesses. Okay, and then where are we at? I think there's a couple other times in between there that we've had to make some changes the way we do things. But now we're in the age of AI. The future is not coming. It's here and is running on AI. You can't get away from it. You're not going to get away from it. So you need to welcome it. You need to, if you don't adapt and overcome, your business will fail. It's plain and simple. This is that time that I was talking about where I said it will come back, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is that time for you to sink or swim in the age of AI. And so I'm looking to work with local business owners here. Like I said, I have another business, Food Forest Design Minnesota. I design and install food forests, and I also have TH Web Consulting is the name of my web development business. But now I've added AI, so now I'm changing my business name is now Devil Dog Digital, because I'm a former jarhead, former Marine, and I've chosen to be I don't know, Devil Dog Digital, and I'm a veteran-owned business, and Marines work hard, and I work hard for every business. And this AI system that I have built so far, and I continue to build, and plug in all types of different businesses into it. It's next generation, it's next level. And think about it. Having mission controlled automation. You're going to hear some military jargon because that's how my marketing is going. But it all works, all right? But you have a 24/7 AI messaging squad, and AI powered calling units. You have autonomous prospecting force. I mean, all what that means is you have somebody watching your business 24/7. If you are a service-based business, you're a small business, and you do a lot of your own follow-up, lead follow-up, and answering phone calls and stuff, but you work out in the field, so you take a certain time of the day to get back to people who are trying to get a hold of you, or people that are interested in the services that you offer. If you do not have a salesperson or any way to educate prospective clients, but if you're relying on just that, I'm sure you miss a lot of leads, and there's a lot of leads that fall through the cracks because there's only so many hours per day. You can't do it at 10 o'clock at night every day. If you're a sole proprietor, if you have a small business, you're still in the beginning growth stages. What AI can do for you is multiply you by 20 people. And it can do so many things that you don't ever have to do anymore. And all you have to do is show up for your consultations or your appointments. Your AI assistant will be able to schedule appointments and fill up your calendar so you can focus while you're focusing on doing your job for your clients, for your customers. Okay, so you will never miss a lead again because constantly, 24/7, 365, you have somebody watching over your business that knows more about your business than anybody. The service that you offer, AI will know more details and be able to answer all of the questions that your prospects will have. And when I say it's amazing, you won't understand it until you actually experience it and go through a demo. And like I said, I have free demos to show you what AI can do. But like I said, it's next level, and it's basically an AI native CRM built to scale like a machine, man. It's always operational, and it's a total shift in how business is going to be done. Fully automated, always on, and built to succeed. And like I said, I get back to what, did I already mention some of the types of business owners? I did, right? But basically what you will be fully automated with is you'll be able to engage leads instantly. You have AI powered conversations in real time, capturing leads the moment they reach out, email, phone call, social media DMs or comments on your posts. Once you have your AI assistant integrated into the system, it will answer all of your social media DMs and comments, and then it will take over the conversation. And the goal, whatever goals you give your AI to do, such as setting appointments for you, scheduling consultations, or even selling for you, that's what will happen as soon as that, the moment they make contact with you. So you can book appointments 24/7 while you focus on your business, and AI handles your scheduling, and close more deals because you can have automated follow-up to across SMS and what's that new one? RCS is going to be, RCS messaging is coming out. That is next level texting, which I will be adding to the system here pretty quick. There's some upgrades that are coming to the system I built here over the next couple weeks. Not only the AI assistants and their knowledge and the technology, but the new types of text messaging that are not just black and white or text messages. They're actually, you can add graphics, you can add forms, you can add payments inside of a text message. So you can send them, it's like sending them a website or a form that is connected to your payment system or to your CRM system. So it's next level text messaging, and that will be 24/7 automatic. Once you build it, it's going to keep, once I get it set up for your business, it's game on for you. But you'll have 24/7 automated follow-ups through text messaging, email, phone calls, so no leads slip through the cracks. Now think about it. Someone calls your phone and the voicemail doesn't pick up till, let's say, 5 rings. Some people are not patient enough to wait that long to leave a message, so they just hang up. Well, you don't know if they were calling you because they were interested in what your business offers, or it was someone a family member or a friend or whatever. So that could be a lead, but it's gone forever because you didn't answer, they hung up. Now they're going to go find somebody else because, face it, in 2025, people have the attention span of a gnat. I mean, you have to get their attention right away. You got to be able to keep it. And with AI, you can do that. Now, like I said, if someone hangs up on that second ring, that could be gone. They could be gone forever. But what if your system automatically sent a text message to that phone number that just called you and hung up, and thanked them or saying, sorry, we missed your call. If you would like to, or if you have questions, please let us know. We'll give you a call back. So you follow up with a text message right away. So you contact them. You have their phone number now. So AI is going to take over, and now they're going to nurture that as a lead, and they're going to follow up by text. They're going to even call them and say, sorry, we missed your call. And the person on the other end of the line, if they talk to them, they could set an appointment with your AI assistant. And they will talk them. It will check your calendar to see what dates you have available. Your AI assistant will give that person on the phone a few different dates, what works out. If something doesn't work, it's going to go right back in your calendar. It's going to set those appointments for you and fill your calendar. I'm not kidding. This is not technology that is, can it really do that? It can, because I'm doing it right now, and I actually built these AI assistants over the past couple years. And the technology is incredible. You could go to my website and you could see all my chat bots are AI. I have a on the front page of my website. I have it looks like a round circle that's an orb that glows, and there's a microphone in the middle, and you can tap on that. And once you allow your microphone to use your microphone with my website, you can have a conversation with my website, with my AI assistant, Marissa. I think it's Marissa on that website. Oh yeah, I got Max on Devil Dog Digital, and I have Marissa on Food Forest Design Minnesota. But you can go right on there, and they will set an appointment for me. They'll be able to answer any questions you have. If you're familiar with what permaculture is, okay, this is my other business, okay? Permaculture is the development of agricultural ecosystems intended to be sustainable and self-sufficient. So basically, you're planting a food forest. You plant once, and it continues to grow for decades, just like any tree or bush. And just, okay. Anyway, there's a lot that goes into designing a food forest. And there's so many different factors in it because you're trying to design with nature. It's a design science is what permaculture is. Well, you can go to my website for Food Forest Design Minnesota, and if you have questions about permaculture, you can ask my website, and it will be able to answer those questions because I trained it on permaculture. It basically, I fed all that knowledge into this AI assistant, so it will be able to answer any questions. Have you ever seen a frequently asked questions page on a website? Think about having an AI assistant that can actually talk and answer any question that can come up. Instead of just the 10 questions that you put on a frequently asked question page, the sky's the limit. Because your AI knows everything about your product, and then whatever you're training it to do, whatever goals you have. So that is how no leads will slip through the cracks. I mean, boom! Once AI takes over, they make a contact in your CRM system, right? Now they tag that person, that contact, where they came from through a text message or through social media or wherever they come from, so you can track. But now, later on, if you need to send an email out to somebody that has not become a client yet and they contacted you through Facebook, well, now you can have your AI send a message or a series of messages, either text message, phone call, emails. Okay, so like I said, they call, they email, they text, but now you can have a series of messages that your AI will continue to nurture along. You can have emails set up for the next 2 months. Say send an email follow up to that potential client once every few days or once a week, whatever. But depending on where they came from, how you tag that potential client, they move around your CRM system and they get put into, depending on what their reactions are or what their interactions are. So if your AI reaches out to somebody and they set an appointment, now that contact will move in to a different part of your system because now you have an appointment set up with that potential client. So now your AI is going to follow up with that appointment. Okay, think about that. If you make appointments with people, well, now you have to hope they show up. And if you're a small business, if they don't show up, you just wasted all your time. You could be out working. Well, your AI assistant will follow up from the moment they schedule that appointment. It's added to your calendar. You'll get a notification, and then your AI will notify them. They will send them the appointment date, the link to the Zoom call, or Google Meet, whatever, however you communicate with your clients. But it will reach out, confirm, and then it basically is going to remind them all the way up until 10 minutes before the meeting, 10 minutes before the appointment. So you have an 80% chance of having that potential client show up for your appointment because you don't lose contact. You're reminding them. Okay, so you're never breaking contact with them, so you have a higher percentage. Now think about doing this all from one home base. And these AI assistants can be used, I cover this too, inbound or outbound. So they can answer your phones. You don't need a secretary. You don't need to hire someone to answer your phones because your AI assistant can answer every phone call and they can answer questions. And if there is something that the AI cannot answer, you've already trained it. We train it to call you, to elevate, to transfer to whoever is a human that can take over the call. But but that's all put in to the knowledge base of the AI. So they're pretty good, and very, very rarely, I haven't had it happen to me where they couldn't answer a question. But mine is set up to where if they can't answer a question, they're like, well, I will have to we'll get back to you. I will have Travis get back to you. He's the owner. Boom. So your AI is going to know who you are. And, if someone asks who's the owner of the company or whatever, AI is going to be able to answer that. All your team members, like on your website, you might have all your team pictured on your website. Well, your AI assistant's going to fully integrate your website into its knowledge base. So everything on your website is going to know because it actually trains itself in the beginning on your website and all of your content. So that's where we start. And then we start adding knowledge and we train it till we get it dialed in. But they sound natural, they're professional, and they're ready for action all the time. But it's always tracked, and you learn, you optimize. But all the repetitive stuff you do in your business now that takes up a lot of your time, you don't have to do that anymore because AI takes it over. But as I mentioned about having a series of emails and stuff like that. I mean, you can have, depending on how they contact you, like you create an automation or a workflow is what it's called. So if someone contacts my website or contacts my business through Facebook, as soon as they hit submit that direct message on Facebook, my AI is going to take that conversation over because it's going to trigger my AI to get to work. So now the AI is going to reach out to that person that just sent a direct message to my Facebook Messenger. It's going to introduce themselves and what questions do you have? They have questions you'll be able to answer, but their goal is to set an appointment. But they're also asking questions. So they are creating a contact. You get a little bit of the contact information through Facebook or through email or through a phone call. But then your AI assistant, they are trained to get their name, and if you need their address, it will ask them for their address. If you need, it always asks for an email. And depending on what your business does, if you need their website, it will ask them for their website. It will get that too. And that's another thing. These AIs can actually go to websites, and I'll get that in a little bit. But you're gonna be able to run lean, a lot more leaner, because you're gonna be able to multiply yourself. And like I said, you'll be out working, out in the field, while you don't have to worry about missing leads anymore. And so you're gonna respond 10 times faster. Capture every lead. Keep your calendar fully booked. Turn your website visitors into real bookings. And you're going to have multi-channel mastery, because you got text, DM, chat, all in one unified inbox. And then you also have phone, inbound and outbound phone calls. You got an 80% more response rate with smart AI sequences. If you are someone who has a lot of competition and you need reviews, we automate the review process. So the AI is going to reach out after someone becomes your client. You do some work for that, your AI is automatically going to send them a message and say, hey, please, they send them a review request. They monitor the feedback, and they will keep asking them until they respond and they fill it out. So you're going to have a lot more people filling out that reviews right away after the sale, so you don't forget. And the more reviews you have, the better. But AI prospecting too, you can do this outbound lead generation. And there's so many other ways to generate. I mean, you got these AI agents or voice agents, but your sales outreach, because you can do cold email outreach. What if you have a lead list, an email list, a phone list from, let's say, 10 years ago from your company, and let's say it's an old school list. Well, if you somehow got that list in digital format and we get into a spreadsheet, we can actually have AI reach out and regenerate your lead list. Basically reawaken your old leads without you having to do it. Let's say you have 10,000 emails of leads that you just forgot about. Let AI contact them with a phone call to try to set an appointment, get them re-engaged with your business. Think about that if you had 10,000 leads sitting around. Send them to me, and I'll split them 50-50 with you. And you might say, hey, that's a lot of money, but would you rather have 50% of that or 100% of nothing? Because they're not doing anything for you right now, are they? But let AI do the talking, all right? And it never sleeps. It's real-time engagement right from your website, right from your phone, right from your social media. So, like I said, I'm looking to work with local businesses here in my area here. So I live in Apple Valley. So, Eagan, Burnsville, Lakeville, even Elko, New Market, Burnsville, Northfield, What else is over there? Or Cannon Falls. Yeah. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I can work with you anywhere because I work. My office is here in Apple Valley and my home. Yeah, so give me a shout. Like I said, you can go to my website right now and sign up for a free demo. Go to devildogagency.com, and right on the front of the website, you can take AI for a test run. You can have a conversation right on the front of the website, or you can click to book your free demo, and the AI will call you right back, and it will have a conversation with you so you can see how it works. And it will ask you some questions about your business and some of what you're trying to accomplish. If you have questions about AI, ask it some questions. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation with me, you can do that at that time, or even when the free demo, when the AI calls you back, you can set an appointment there too if you're impressed with it. But let's have a conversation. And like I said, this is that time as a business owner, especially if you're a small business, man, and you rely on your leads and you need the sales, because if you don't get a certain amount of sales, man, you're history. Well, now you'll never have to worry about missing a lead again, because AI is going to take over for you and make sure your calendar is filled and they're not going to slip through the cracks. But anyway, have an amazing day, my friends. Give me a shout. Travis at devildogagency.com is my email. The web. Sorry, my GoPro died when I was ending that video. So basically, reach me, Travis at devildogagency.com. And as I was starting to say, my company name is Devil Dog Digital, and that will be reflected soon in the domain name. Once I make that, I'm getting a domain next week. I had to do some finagling to get that domain name. But anyway, I'm veteran-owned, former Desert Storm Marine Corps veteran, and I'm here to help you. So send me a text at 612-990-5345 if you're interested too, if you want to contact me direct. But otherwise, just go to my website, devildogagency.com, and you can book a free demo, or you can give it a test run right on the front of my website. You will see the orb with the microphone on it, and you can have a conversation with it. Anyway, have a great day, my friends. Semper Fi.